everyone, my name is Chris Yee and welcome out to the Dice Tower. Today I'm going to be doing a top 10 list, my top 10 card-only games. Nothing else. You don't play with anything else. You don't play with any tokens. You don't play with any cardboard money or anything else, wood pieces, nothing. This is just going to be card-only games, which was a little bit more difficult to pull off than I actually anticipated from the get-go. The other thing that I excluded, just for myself, just for my own purposes, was score pads. Anything that you needed to use a score pad from round to track score. So there's a bunch of games on here that I really like that you will not actually be seeing. For example, even Sushi Go didn't cut this list for me because you need some sort of way to keep track of the scores of all the players from round to round. I didn't include Dominion, possibly one of my favorite games of all time because, at least when I play Dominion, I'm playing with expansions that use little cardboard boards or tokens or those metal coins or something. So, this is strictly cards. Let's go. I was going to make a strictly ballroom joke. That didn't work. Number 10! My number 10 is a game called Illusion. This is by Wolfgang Warsch, and it's a game where you lay out cards into a row, and you're trying to put cards out that have an increasing amount of a certain percentage of color represented in the artwork on each card. And it's just one of those, you keep playing until someone calls out the person before them and says, no, I think you placed that wrong, right? You have to slide cards into position based on the relative, how much green is in the picture, how much purple or blue or whatever. I like it. It's so simple. It's such a simple game, but enjoyable. So that's my number 10, Illusion. And number 9 is a game called Timeline. Timeline is almost the same game, but with dates, historical dates. The invention of the light bulb. Was that before or after the signing of a certain treaty in history or the invention of another thing, right? And so it's just about trying to relatively put different historical events into a timeline. And if you're wrong, you lose out. If you get it right, it's so simple. It's such a delightful, simple game. I really like it. It's for nerds like me. My number 8 is a game called Sprawlopolis. This is one that's a lot more thinky. It's a little bit more difficult. It's a button-shy 18-card micro game. You flip over 3 of the cards and they become your scoring objectives for that game. And then the other 15 you're going to be playing out onto a map, and you're going to be trying to connect roads so you have as few disparate roads as possible because they will cost you points. But you also want to clump together large groups of the same color as well as work towards those 3 objectives. It's a very, very thinky game. One I like the most, I think, solo, but you can play up to 4 people cooperatively. So my number 8, Sprawlopolis. Number 7 is an Uwe Rosenberg game, one that not a lot of people think about when they think about his masterful collection of works. My number 7 is a game called Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia is a card stacking, card counting pizza recipe fulfillment game. It works in a very interesting way where you're playing cards out, recipe cards out, ingredients, mushrooms and pepperoni and pineapples and stuff into a stack. And eventually you can place out a recipe card onto the stack and you're saying, I bet there's enough ingredients to fulfill this recipe card below here. But any recipes that aren't used can get used for the next recipe as well. So you create a whole deck and then you go through it. It's a really interesting little game, kind of weird to explain. Very unique. I would recommend checking it out if you have not. So my number 7, Mamma Mia. My number 6, Point Salad. Very popular game. Very, very popular, and for a reason. It is so easy to play. You shuffle up a deck of vegetables, but on the backside are scoring objectives. I like this multi-use card kind of a thing. I feel like it's a good way to use the available space on a deck of cards to do very interesting and novel things with. So you can either take a scoring objective or you can take 2 ingredients, 2 veggie cards. You can make a balanced salad and go for a wide scoring approach, or you can grab nothing but onion cards and have the worst salad imaginable, but have the most points. So yeah, that's my number 6, Point Salad. My number 5 is a solitaire game or 2-player cooperative, actually like both modes. My number 5 is Onirim. Onirim is a game that gets touted a decent amount on this channel, and I'm one of those people that really agree that this is a brilliant little solitaire game. It feels, in a lot of ways, like your Klondike Solitaire. It has some of those trappings, but it's a much more robust and interesting game. I really like it. Like I said, I like the two-player co-op mode as well, where you have a sort of a shared hand. If you buy the second printing of it, it comes with like a little wood piece that I've never used. I've only played the original deck of cards and a few of the little card-based expansions, but so as far as I know, this is only a card game. I don't think you use that piece, but that's Onirim, my number 5. My number 4 is a delightful push-your-luck game called Dead Man's Draw. This is a pirate-themed game where you flip over cards and you're trying not to duplicate suits. And you want to have the highest total number, you score up at the end of the game, your highest number of each suit. But every time you flip over a suit, it allows you to take an action. Cannons blow up another player's card. Swords let you steal another player's card and play it out. The Kraken makes you, forces you to keep playing more cards. And so you might bust. It might push your luck, right? I adore this game. It's so good. It always goes over well when I teach this to people. It's the type of game that you can shuffle up the cards and say, hey, I'm going to teach all of you how to play this by taking my turn. Done. So that's my number 4. Dead Man's Draw. My number 3 is the king of multi-use card games. It is called Glory to Rome. Glory to Rome is a very delightful game. You are trying to build up different structures. They are, like I said, very multi-use cards. You can use them for the resources or for the action or for following other people's actions. There's a lot going on in this game. I really like it with 2 players. I really like it with a full cohort. I believe it goes up to 5. You have a little reference card in front of you of where to put the things, but otherwise it's just cards in hand, cards in the middle of the table. It's tricky. People will make their own player aids, like big sheets where it explains the flow chart of the game, and I almost find that they're never helpful. But I do love the game. So my number 3, Glory to Rome. And my number 2 is another multi-use card game called Oh My Goods. This possibly holds a record for the silliest name on this list, but I adore Oh My Goods, designed by one of my favorite designers, Alexander Pfister. This is a push your luck multi-use card game, and you're trying to assign your workers to different buildings that you're building in front of you. You build up a bit of a tableau, and you are trying to create these production chains. Basic goods turn into better goods, can turn into even better goods. This is a really awesome thinky game. I adore it a lot. A lot of simultaneous play, so whether you're playing 2 or 4 people, it's not too long. I really recommend it. Oh My Goods. And then my number 1 game, also designed by Alexander Pfister, also a small box card game. It's called Tybor the Builder. This is a bit of a drafting game, and you are drafting these cards for multiple purposes, whether to build buildings, he likes to do that, or to increase your citizenry, which makes future buildings cheaper for you. And it's a good little way to use these cards. 3 little areas you could put them, but it makes for a fantastic draft. It makes for one of the best 2-player drafting games I've ever played. I adore it, and it's all on cards. So that's my 10 of games that are cards only. That's all you use. Sometimes it's kind of fun because these are portable. Then you can just strap a bunch of cards together and you have a whole game right there. You don't have loose tokens. You don't have loose money. You don't need to have other things. So I figured this would be a fun, maybe informational, but at least fun list. So if you have any recommendations of card games that I missed, think about it though. Does it have any cardboard or wood or other little tokens in there? And if you can justify it, then let me know below what are some of your favorites as well. So like I said, thanks for coming by. My name is Chris from the Dice Tower. Have yourselves a great day.